So yesterday I discussed some of the stepwise planning for software project planning, stepwise planning for software project planning. Total we have total 10 steps. So today I discussed each step individually. What are the identity of the project activities and identity of project infrastructure? All these are explained with today I am explaining with an example. What are the steps involved in each step? We all discussed today class. So see here, first we have to select the project. Parallelly, we have identify the project address and identify the project infrastructures. Okay. So students join. So shall I start? My screen is visible to everyone. Okay, checking waiting room. So how we plan a project? So by using these 10 steps, you are planning the project. So for this, for example, see here, for explaining all these project, for example, some our college has decided to college currently has a payroll processing carried out by service company. Okay. So our college has some payroll processing. Payroll processing means in our college faculty members are there. So different information about those faculty means how much salary he driven and how many working hours he worked. So here our CRT college want to make payroll of the teachers. So each payroll is nothing but each faculty has working hours and every teacher has his basic salary and how much time he works for the college. So all these types of categories comes under payroll. So our college want to the payroll for the teachers. So this is very expensive and does not allow detailed analysis of personal data to be carried. So our college want to our college give responsibility to that other service companies or service companies or private companies. They want to give this payroll for the give responsibility to the other service companies, but they don't provide all the information about the teachers. They only provide after completion of the month how much salary he is going to get, how much salary only they display that amount only. They don't give the teachers check in and check out time. Then if the teacher apply leave to the class, but those type of equipment, those type of data they don't provide because they are private companies. They only do their final work only. They don't provide all the type of all the categories. For example, teacher check in, check out, and if he applied for the leave, how many days he applied for the leave. Those type of services will not provide by the private company. So, but they are very expensive. So, for this purpose, our college want to develop a project for this payroll. They don't want to spend money for the other service company. they want to do their project with our institution only. So what are the steps for that project? If you want to do that project, what are the objectives are there? What are the stakeholders? So all these are explained with these steps involved, step-wise planning. Okay. So our goal is to create a payroll for our faculty in our organization, Sir C.R. Reddy College of Engineering. For giving responsibility to other service company, they don't provide all the details. They will only give the final result, how much salary the faculty will get after completion of the month only. They don't provide the teacher check-in time and check-out time. So if the teacher if leave teacher present to the class, some other activities they don't provide for that. So this is the example. I will explain this example with each step. So does everyone understand? Example, payroll regarding the teachers. Each faculty has working hours and basic salary. All these kind of things related, we are developing our project. Okay. So for this type of project, what is step 1? See here, step 1. Step 1, identify project scope and objectives. So in this, in step 1, identify the project scope and objectives. Okay, my voice is audible. Here we have to identify the project scope objectives. What are the objectives related to that project? Those objectives we have to choose related to our project only. Not those objectives not related to our project. We don't choose those type of activities. So in this identify project scope and objectives, ensure all parties to project agree on project objectives and are committed to a success. So all the stakeholders are agree. Once we prepare our objectives, all the stakeholders must obey those objectives. So it needs it committed to its success of the project. So all the stakeholders must agree that those who choose objectives, all the stakeholders must agree those objectives. Then only the project will success. So first in this step 1, first 1.1, step 1.1, identify objectives and measures of the effectiveness. Okay, identify objectives and practical measures of the effectiveness in meeting those objectives. So here, how do we know? How do we know when we have, how do we know those objectives are clear? So when we have clear objectives with us, then only the project success. So identify objectives and practical measures of effectiveness in meeting those objectives. In this, how do we know if we have succeeded? Once objectives, once we create objectives, then how do we know if we have succeeded? Only we know when we have clear objectives with that project, then only the project success. If don't have any clear objectives, the project is not success. So if we want, if you have successful means our objectives are very clear. Okay, next one. In step 1, 1.2, establish project authority. Sorry. One minute. Sir. అది కనెక్ట్ అవ్వలేదు సార్. మళ్ళీ ఏమో సైన్ ఇన్ కొడుతుంటే అవ్వలేదు, మళ్ళీ నా మెయిల్తో కనెక్ట్ చేశాను. అది జరుగుతుందండి. అదే మీకు చెప్దామని ప్రాబ్లం, నేను హోల్డ్లో పెట్టాను. ఓకే సార్, మీ ప్రాబ్లం చెప్దామని చేశాను. Okay, in this establish the project authority. In establishing project authority, for project success, establish a project authority. So you have to choose whom do you deal for the project, or who is the boss. For establishing project authority, you have to choose who is the boss. For project success, establish a project authority. Next one, identify stakeholders analysis. Stakeholder analysis are identify all stakeholders in the project and their interest. So here, who are the stakeholders? So identify stakeholders that who are in our project. So stakeholders are those who will be affected or involved in the project. For example, patient monitoring system. So we have some patient monitoring system. Here stakeholders are patients, doctors, nurses, recipients, receptionist also, because he is entering the details of the patient. And one of the stakeholder is hospital management. Hospital management also one of the stakeholders. So identify all stakeholders in the project. Okay, next one, so identify stakeholders in our project. Next, modify objectives in the light of stakeholder analysis. So modify object in the light of means according to stakeholder, do we need to do things to win our stakeholders? So in this modify objects in the light of stakeholder analysis means some requirements are taken from customers. So for project purpose, we have to take some of the requirements for requirements from the customers, and other requirements are known by some of the stakeholders. They are indirectly used, those type of requirements are indirectly used in the project. So identify those type of objectives. Regarding already in the starting time, you have to take some of the requirements from customer. In the and meanwhile, while doing the project, other requirements are taken from stakeholders. Okay, next one, establish methods of communication with all parties. So here we have, so how to establish method of communication all parties? We have to communicate. How do we keep in contact with them? So how we contact with the stakeholders? Here different effective methods are used to communicate with all parties. So that as much as user friendly and as much as understandable and as much as successful project. So how we will communicate with different types of stakeholders? So here stakeholders are different types. Some stakeholders are customer. So customers are already related to our company, so we go to him, we directly communicate with them. Okay, some stakeholders are, so some stakeholders are continuously visiting our websites. So he come to our company. So he come to our company, communicate with him. Okay. So my voice is audible to everyone. So my voice is audible to everyone. So establishment, so stakeholders are one of the customers So they are available in our company. So we directly communicate with them. Some stakeholders are continuously visiting our website. So he come to our company. We will communicate with him. Okay. Another stakeholders are stay out of our country. So we communicate with them by online through email or some Zoom or Google Meet. So these types of software we are using, and we will communicate with them regarding the communication. So establishing method of communication with all parties, we have to communicate with them. Okay, these are the steps. Identify project scope and objectives. Okay, so come to our example. Already, so our college want to build payroll software their own. Okay. So in this, how this step 1 is useful in our payroll project. So in this, we have already told that project authority, we have to who is the project authority. So project authority here, project manager find he has 2 different clients for the new system. So here we are doing our project by, here we are doing our project in only our college with existing systems only. Is there any updated version available? We have to, is there any updated version is needed? We have to update that type of projects. Okay, so here we have to project manager find he has 2 different clients for the new system. First one, the financial department. Why we have to go for financial department means financial department has all the information about each employee basic salary. Okay. So finance department has all the information about basic salary, and another new system is personal office. So why we need personal office means personal office provide how much working hours he work. So faculty how much working hours he worked on the college, is this type of information is available in personal office. Okay. So after completion of these 2 new systems, so we have to, already I told who is the boss. So here the vice president agrees to be official client. He want to act as an official client, and he conduct meetings because of the communication barriers. So the communicating with other persons, he conduct monthly meetings. For that meeting, the vice president is present in that meeting, and also project manager, and also head of the finance department, and also some personal people. All those are attended for that meeting. So these meeting would also help our communication or barriers. Okay, so we have to communicate with them. So what are the requirements needed, or what are the developments we needed? Is any extra users we need, or is any extra equipment is needed, or our project is good, or project is success or not? So all these are communication will be done with this communication parties. Okay. So after this, for example, in stakeholders, for example, personal office would supply details of new staff. So for example, we are using here personal office. So personal office provide the newly faculty joining details. Okay, he also provide some faculties apply leave. So some faculties are apply leave. So then he also provide some faculties are left our college, or some faculties got promotions. So these types of details are available in personal office. So for this, to motivate cooperation, project manager must ensure new payroll system produces reports that are useful to the personal staff. Here, here this means that here project manager has motivate the project developers about those all these things. So, for example, if the faculty last 1 month he is not apply for any leave, he worked 40 hours and he also worked extra 10 hours. So we are giving some extra money for that faculty. So that type of rewards, the faculty are interested to do their job successfully. So this type of data will also developed in the payroll system. So we have to motivate the personal staff for recording these types of systems. Okay, so increasing their salary, or if we take any extra hours, we will pay extra money to them. So those type of activities are listed in the payroll list. So okay, understand. So these are the example related to the identify project scope and objectives. Okay, here we are using stakeholders. So here we are using financial department and personal office. Okay, we are here we are storing the staff details and also staff check-in, check-out time, or how many hours he is continuing class, or how many hours he worked for last month in our college. So all these details are stored in our project. So this is the identifying project scope and objectives. These are the objectives of our project. Next one, step 2. So step 1 is clear for everyone. So in flowchart, what is step 1 do? So everybody understand about identify project objectives. It's clear for everyone. Then I move to step 2. So step 2, parallel we are doing objectives and at the same time establishing project infrastructure. So here we have to know project will fit into existing infrastructure. Because why existing infrastructure? We won't go for other service companies. We are going to work in our only in our institution. So this product is fit with existing infrastructure only. We have to take care about while choosing the project will fit into the existing infrastructure. So in this step 1, establishing a link between or establishing relationship between the project and strategic plan, or identify a relationship between the project and strategic plan. So what does it mean? Means why did they want the project? So why did they want the project? For which purpose the project is necessary? So we have to plan like that. So why we are planning this project? When we are giving responsibility to the other service companies, they don't give overall details of the teachers. They only provide details of the how much salary gained after completion of his completion of his hours, working hours. That only they will provide. They don't provide other details, check in, check out, or he applied for leave, or he worked in extra hour. Those type of data they will provide. That's why are using strategic plan. So here in step 1, why did they want the project? For which purpose the project is necessary? We have to plan like that only. Okay, that is we call them as strategic plan. Next point, identify installation standards and procedures. Here we have to identify What standards do we have to follow? For development maintenance, what are the steps needed to develop the project? Or for configuration management, uh, hardware or software infrastructure, or what are the software requirements, or what are the system architecture? All these standards we have to identify in step 2. Okay. So all these are identified in step 2. So development of the project or change control or configuration management, nothing but hardware, software related, or any system structure or software requirements. Those are software components. All these are identified in installing standards and procedures. Next one, identify project team organization. So how here we have to identify the project team organization. So how are the team members arranged in groups? How we split the team members in groups? For example, uh, in our project, for coding purpose, we need coding experts. So this is one team. Some projects we are working on networking, maintain routers. We need some network experts. So we split the team into 2 parts, for coding experts and the networking expert for that organization. Okay, these are the established project infrastructure. These three steps are related to the established project infrastructure. Next one. Okay, understand step 2. Does everyone understand? Anybody has any doubt regarding the step 2 in project planning? Write a chat message, or write a message in chat box. Don't write your personal message in chat box. All of you concentrate on class. Don't write unuseful message in chat box. If anybody has any doubt, just write the topic or write your doubt in chat box. So I will continue. So now I am going for the next step 3. Step 3. Analyze project characteristics. So here, analyze project characteristics. So ensure that appropriate methods are used for the project. We have to choose, or we have to ensure that appropriate methods are used for the project. In this first step, distinguish the project as either objective or product driven. First of all, you have to choose this project is related to the object driven or project driven, product driven, sorry, object driven or product driven. What is object based and what is product based? So here, object based describes the desired result of the project. So in this we have to discuss about budget and also completion time, how much budget is required and how much time it required to complete the project. And also object based we are go for the results related. In object based we discussed about result related. For example, in our payroll, this project comes under the object based, because we are finally give the result of the how much salary will faculty will gain after completion of 1 month work. Okay. So here we have object based and project based. So object based is nothing but here we discuss a budget and time and results related. All these comes under object based. Okay. Next one, product based. Here product based Product based describes some type of product design which is ready for deliverable. This product based related to the product design which is ready for deliverable, deliverable. Objects related for budget, time and results in product based from product design which is ready for deliverable. Okay, next step, analyze other project characteristics including quality based ones. So here we have to analyze the project characteristics. So what does mean, why we need our project? So what are the project characteristics? So why we need our project? For example, safety critical aspects where human life could be threatened by malfunctioning. So for example, we have to take exact time for analyzing the project characteristics. We have to take exact time. For example, we are launching rocket. So we have to launch the rocket in exact time only. Okay, that is one of the safety critical. For example, analyze other project characteristics. For example, ECG machine. So in ECG machine used for patient purpose. When we check patient in ECG machine, we will provide result at the time only. So we have to check hard deadline or soft deadline. So when the patient want to check ECG machine for heart checkup, we have to give result at the time only. Okay, so here we have to take particular time, exact time for that project. For rocket launching also we follow exact time. If you are not provide any exact time, it would threatened by malfunctions in human life. If you are not giving exact result when we scan ECG machine, after the completion of 2-3 days, we give the result that is not the exact result. At the time only we provide the result to that patient. So that is the analyze project characteristics. Okay. Next one. I take into account user requirement. Sorry. Here identify high level project risk. Identify high level project risk. Here we have to know what could go wrong in operational or technical, based in operational or technical. What can we do to stop it if there is any risk occurring while doing the project? So identify the risks, check if risk occurs, then check effort will occur less. So first of all, you have to identify the risk, check if risk occurs, then check the effort will occur less. We have to check the effort will occur on the project is less. So identify high level risk on that project. Next one, take into account user requirement concerning implementations. So we have to take into account user requirements. So standards to follow. Okay, we are working with only 10 users or 100 user requirement. We have to fix that only. So by using those people only, we have to implement with that project. Okay, next one. Select development methodologies and life cycle approach. So here we are using some of the life cycle models. One is waterfall model, so increments model or prototypes model. For analyzing the project, we are using some of the models. One of waterfall model, in increments model, and prototype model. These are some types of models. For life cycle approach, we are using any one of the model to analyze the project characteristics. Next, last one, review overall resource estimates. So, review overall resource estimates means does all this increase the cost? How these resources are working? We have to take action to increase or decrease the resources. How much cost is for how much cost how much money we spend for those resources? How much time will take to complete that project by using those resources? So we are taking all the reviews for all those resources. Is that increase or decrease our cost or our time by using those resources? We have to review all these in analyzing project characteristics. Okay. So these are three steps. Tomorrow I will explain these three steps. Step 2 and step 3 with our payroll example. Anybody has any doubt regarding these three steps? Step 1, step 2. Identify project scope and objectives, or establish project infrastructure, and analyze project characteristics. Does everybody understand? Or anybody has any doubt? Write a message in chat box. So tomorrow I will discussion about identify project products and activities. Some of the flowcharts related to the step number 4. Okay, these are the flowcharts I explained for the step number 4. Then I will explain estimate effort for each activity. Next, identify activity risks and allocate resources. Review and public plan. Last one, execute plan, and 10th one, low level of planning. All these are I will explain tomorrow. So anybody has any doubt regarding the topic so far I covered? Please write a message in chat box.